Welcome to Anyone Else Think, presented by 88.7 WRSU FM New Brunswick and hosted by me, Nala Pena. I need to know if anyone else thinks these are reasons to unfollow people. Because let me tell you, even on the most beautiful days, these irks will cause me to out of sight, out of mind someone so quickly. In today's episode, we're going to get into why I, and many other people to be honest, choose to follow/unfollow people. And of course, I will give you some tips and extra information on how to approach this digital relationship ordeal, I guess, because this is something that really makes or breaks people's experiences on social media and their relationships with people in real life. Because let's be real, sometimes the things that we do on social media has an impact on our reality. Now, I know some people listening probably don't understand unfollowing, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It's someone choosing to no longer keep up with your content, opinions, etc. When you follow someone, their posts show up on your timeline/newsfeed, which is where you see all of your content. When you unfollow them, your timeline is totally cleansed of their energy and you can no longer see anything that they post. Now, I do have statistics and facts to back up some of the points, but for now, I'm going to share a list I created while thinking out loud with my boyfriend. You could reach out on social media, you could call in and let me know what you think. Drag me, add your opinions, do what you gotta do. But for now, I'm just gonna let you know why I refuse to follow some people and why I definitely will follow others. So, anyone else think these are reasons to unfollow people? Because I will not follow you if you have an OnlyFans account. And I'm very specific about the type of OnlyFans account, okay? I know some people like to share their beautiful nature photography on there. I'm specific about it because this leads me to my next point. I will not follow you if your pinned tweet is something provocative. I just feel like if that's the first thing you're displaying, I'm not following you. I will unfollow you if you don't have a passion, an education, a career, something you genuinely stand for. I mean, I don't care if it's Roblox. I don't care if it's Legos. I don't care if it's your pet. I just need you to have some sort of a passion for me to follow and be interested in. Otherwise, you get unfollowed. I will not follow you if you do not like my boyfriend. Point blank, period. You don't like him, I don't want to follow you. I will not follow you if you have extreme political views. Period. I had a friend who I was very close to. I loved her. I did a lot of learning with her, but she was so provocative about her political views. It was giving borderline racist. I had to unfollow her, and I feel like that about anybody. If it's just too much, you will get unfollowed. I'm also not going to be following you if you send any hate to any type of group of people. I don't care if they are believers. I don't care if they are vegans. Whoever it is, if you are sending this group of people hate, especially actively, I'm unfollowing you because I don't need that negative energy on my page, on my feed. I don't want to see it. And lastly, if you follow or support anybody who is not on my side, who is not part of my tribe, I'm not going to follow you because I am a Cancer. I'm emotional. I don't want to see it. We are not on the same team. But I do have a lot of reasons that I will follow people. I love to see positive energy on my feed. So one of them is if we work in the same career field, if we're interested in the same topics, I will definitely be following you. Like I have a black cat. And if you have a page for your black cat, I will be following that page. I am very much interested. I work in radio and media. If you work in that field, I probably will be following you because I do look up to you in some ways and we do relate in a lot of other ways. I will definitely love to follow you if I want to learn something from you. So it really doesn't matter what it is. If you're sharing random facts, I'll probably follow you because I love to learn new things. I'll follow you if I think you're funny. I'm pretty sure that's how my boyfriend and I got in this relationship. I love to laugh, but I don't really follow funny people, more like meme pages and things like that, just me personally. But if you're posting positive content, more often than not, I will be more inclined to follow you. Now, for very shady reasons, if I need to lurk on your page, if I need to check you out real quick for myself or for a friend, I will be following you because sometimes it just needs to be done as a girl, okay? And lastly, I will be following you if I feel the need to spare your feelings, if I don't want things to be awkward. Honestly, I'm getting to a point in my life where it's like, why unfollow some people and why not follow some people back. And I guess that's a little wrong because whatever, that self-reflection could come at another time. But nonetheless, because social media is so unavoidable, there's our list. Let me know what you think. A lot of people have to deal with following and unfollowing at some point while they are on social media. Everybody deals with it at some point while they are on social media. So let me know what you think. But because this is all so unavoidable, I was able to find a study published by the Proceedings of Sixth International AAAI Conference on weblogs and social media. Now, this study was posted in 2021, and it claims that unfollows typically stem from reciprocity and follower overlaps. Also, the study says that users are less likely to unfollow people who have sent them content versus the other way around. So I'll share the link to this study online, but what does this mean? Basically, people unfollow because of their ego and numbers. People unfollow because someone doesn't follow them back, for example. Also, users they don't really engage with are probably going to get unfollowed, which does make sense because obviously you're more likely to follow someone and keep up with them if they're engaging with you and sending you content. But it is important to note that today there's so many alternatives to unfollowing someone. These days, how harsh you want to make the digital breakup is really up to you. You can mute, block, soft block, be selective, restrict people. So if you're passionate about cutting someone off, block them from seeing your content and vice versa. But if you want to maintain the peace with people, know that you can mute users on basically every social media platform. And when you choose to mute someone, you're still going to be following them, but their content will be hidden from your feed without their knowledge, so nobody's feelings will get hurt. But if you do want to be a little petty, but be mutual about it, you could block and unblock someone. That's what they call soft blocking. And this makes it so that the both of you do not follow each other, but you're still searchable. You still have visible accounts. And of course, you could just be selective about who you let in. Give yourself standards, have a list to follow. This way, you're less prone to see things that you don't enjoy. And it's much easier to do that today because you could literally mute and restrict certain words, people, messages on all platforms. So just browse all of your options and be mindful about what you can and cannot do on social media. Personally, I learned a lot of non-spiteful approaches while doing this episode, and I'm glad there's so many features that allow us to cater to our mental health because it wasn't always like this. But ultimately, I do think that the best lesson I learned from speaking to so many people about media is that you want to be purposeful. It's so easy to get caught up in what's hard to avoid, so you need to make sure that you remain intentional, and if you need to, just disconnect sometimes. Because guess what? Sometimes it's us that needs to step back from the screen and reflect, and it's not everyone else. So be purposeful and do disconnect if you need to. Hopefully you learned some things too, but please let me know if anyone else thinks these are reasons to follow or unfollow people. Send me some of yours, and thanks for tuning in to Anyone Else Think, presented by 88.7 WRSU FM New Brunswick.